The United States Supreme Court opened its 9-month term today by letting stand the Texas law banning emergency abortions, one of the strictest abortion laws in the country. Hi, I'm Steve Eager. It is the first of some big cases that people are following with the Supreme Court. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in our newsroom with more. Sean.
Steve, the justices were deeply divided in decisions last year, and there are a handful of cases that, again, could split the high court.
These are building block type cases.
Two of the cases before the Supreme Court come from Texas, closely watched by constitutional law attorney David Cole. In one case, Texas AG Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against the adult entertainment industry requiring pornography sites to verify the age of users.
Everybody agrees that you can limit minors' access to material that's for adults. But when you do it the way Texas did, where you have to register and put your name in, there's an argument that very quickly can become a form of censorship. And the federal courts have traditionally been very skeptical about that kind of registration type system.
In the second case, a Harris County deputy constable shot and killed Ashton Barnes during a traffic stop for outstanding tolls in 2016. Barnes stopped, then began to drive away. The officer jumped on the vehicle and fired 2 shots. Barnes's mother sued, saying the deadly force was excessive. The Fifth Circuit found the officer behaved reasonably under the moment of threat doctrine.
The doctrine itself, isn't that big of a deal. It's one circuit's take on one particular issue. But to understand why that take is there requires you to really drill down on qualified immunity and make very sure you define exactly what it's trying to protect. And if the Supreme Court tells us that needs to be done in a different way, that affects a lot of other areas where force is used in interacting with the public.
One of the most watched cases could be the battle over transgender rights. The justices will weigh a Tennessee law that restricts puberty blockers and hormone therapy for transgender minors. It is a 14th Amendment equal protection under the law argument.
And I don't think they're going to fully resolve for all time all questions about the status of transgender rights and the U.S. Constitution's protection of liberty. But I do think they're going to set some ground rules and say, this is going to be permissible, this isn't, and this is the test we're going to use from now on.
Tuesday, the High Court takes up federal regulations on so-called ghost guns, privately made weapons hard for police to trace.
The issue is it a law or regulation? So what it is that we're talking about is a regulation that ATF has come up with.
Lower courts blocked the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms regulations, siding with gun rights groups that the ATF overstepped its authority. Dallas attorney Alan Chandler is known as the firearm lawyer.
And so the Biden administration is trying to say we're going to regulate this, not we're implementing a law that Congress created. And that's the real issue here. It's not a law, it's a regulation.
Now, if there are election disputes after November 5th, all eyes will be on the conservative majority court as they could be presented with critical election challenges.
All right, Sean, in the newsroom. Sean, thanks.